Hey, it's Amy Chesery, author and illustrator of The Coloring Book of Shadows. And this is a video I colored live on Facebook. So it is raw and unscripted, but hopefully it gives you some inspiration and ideas on how to color your own magical stuff. So thanks for watching. So I had a carmine red and a blush pink. Carmine red's like really bright. I don't know what kind of stone this will be, but it'll be pretty awesome. And then the blush pink one will be a little bit lighter. It's going to be like a crazy red, like a contrasty to the rest of the piece. This is a really cool color. I love it. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, and so for this is going to be like the lightest, this one at the top, and then there'll be a lot of light here too, but it'll be a little more shaded, and then I guess this one down here will be the darkest. So let's see, maybe I'll start with there. I might need like one darker pencil just to do a little bit of the shadow too, but I don't have that out right now. I gotta pick a color. So this is the blush pink, so like really lighten it up out here. And then that'll be shadowy too. Yeah, I need like, let's see, what do I have? Poppy red, that'll work. I have this darker, maybe I need something a little darker. I was gonna try to darken the shadows a little bit. Oh well, this will just be like a crazy bright pink crystal. Kind of cool. Something's still not quite right with it, but I think this needs to be darker. And then I think I need to I need one pencil darker too. May not have been the case if I had colored a little bit lighter, but that's okay. It's okay. We can still fix it. There's some really good people who color crystals. I need to take some classes. It's on my list of things to do, which is really long. I don't know if you have a craft list a mile long, but mine includes crochet projects, learning to watercolor paint, which is really fun. I just need to put a lot more time into it. It's very difficult. What else? Coloring tutorials. I bought a course in writing fiction, which I haven't done yet, but I'm really looking forward to because that's super fun to do. I love writing stories. That looks pretty good, actually. So I think it still needs a little bit of darkening. I'm just going to use what I have out. I have a sienna brown. I was going to get a different red, but I'm not going to, so I'm going to add like earthy brown shadows. I think that'll be awesome. Just roll with what I have. Just a little bit because it just turned out pretty stark pink, which was what I was going for, but maybe a little too much. So I'm going to shadow it up on the go, on the fly. Wow. Am I still in the frame? Okay, good. Is there still light? Cool. So actually that looks pretty good. Maybe a little more shady over here. So yeah, so that's pink with like brown highlight, which is actually pretty awesome and earthy, I think. I like that. Cool. Fun. Okay, let me put that one down before I get confused. Yeah, I think that looks awesome. I might even add a little more of the brown. Actually, I'm not going to go crazy. I don't want to overdo it. But I want to add more. Okay, I'll do a little bit right there. It's so tempting, haha, to keep going. Oh, no, too much. Now I've done it. We'll just make that an indentation. How about that? Like a little flaw in the rock. That's what we'll do. Because like a darker spot is like a divot or an indentation. So we'll just make it that. Cool, that actually looks good. Okay. Yay. All right, on to the next one. I'm going to try to make it lighter. Pale vermilion. Do I have that one? Oh, I do. Perfect. Yeah, I'm trying to make these like pinky orange. That was my goal. I don't know what stone that is. If my friend Candy Lee was here, she'd tell us because she's like a stone wizard, witch, master. She knows all about them. But maybe there isn't one. Maybe this is just one from my mind, which is cool too. Kind of like carnelian a little bit. It looks like maybe more pinky than the first one I did. More pink than carnelian. But carnelian kind of has that brownish red orange look to it, right? So anyway, yeah, that turned out cool using pink and brown together. So this one I'm trying to make it lighter, but like orangey pink. So that was blush pink. And then this is pale vermilion, which is like an orangey, pretty orangey hue. I think that'll look cool. Or so I hope. Because it's on the fly. Okay. So I'm just going to do, like there would be a little shadow at the top. Oh, these are kind of crazy colors together. I'm going to not do too much of it because it's a little insane. But it adds something cool, I guess. It's a cool touch. I'll roll with it, but I'm not going to add too much of that orange. I had this orange out for the rowan berries. The rowan berries. Okay, so just a little bit of the shadowy orange. Kind of strange. Not so sure what I've done here. Super fun. Actually, that's not too bad. That's kind of cool. It's bright and springy. That is a real kind of a contrasty orange to the pink. Let's see. I'm going to use the carmine red, which is that color right there that I used on the first crystal, to hopefully blend the pink and the orange together a little, since they're a little crazy. Yeah, that's cool. It's working. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that works. Little contrast there. This will be darkest, shadowy. Maybe I did a little too much shadow there, but whatever, that's cool. It's all good. That's just the way it is. Woo! Cool. Actually, that looks awesome. That looks awesome. Cool. I like that. Those are really bright and kind of strong, but that was what I was going for, to balance out the green. And then that's going to be brown. And then the rowan berries are going to be orange. I'll do that right now. Do the rowan berries. I'm doing them more orange than red. I have a poppy, pale vermilion, and poppy. Let's see. Pale vermilion is very dark, and then the poppy is really dark. I'm gonna grab this one. These are already like, I'm gonna try to make it less. I know rowan berries are pretty dark in color, but I'm gonna try to make them a little less intense because the warm colors are already taking over this page a little bit. So I'm taking this goldenrod and I'm gonna use that as the base color for the rowan berries, which is a little bit like the beige, but that's good. They'll be kind of like not at their super reddest, ripest, but they'll be orangey. It'll be awesome. Color them all. Oops, I knocked over my pencil sharpener. I need a new one. Mine broke, and now every time it knocks over, the shadings fall out. Oh my god. Or I need to glue it back. Well, actually, I can't glue it, because then I could never open it to empty it. I guess I have to get a new pencil sharpener. I ordered a new salad spinner this week in case anybody cares. Probably not, but you know, gotta have a salad spinner. So I'm waiting for that to come. I had bought lettuce and stuff, and then I was like, darn it, I don't have my salad spinner. So that's on order, in case anyone was wondering. Okay, color those little stems brown really quick. And then maybe I won't do all these berries. I don't know if it'll be boring or interesting. But this is the pale, what is this one? Pale vermilion. And I'm giving these like an orangey hue, but leaving the middle. Or so I'm planning. Yeah, cute. Okay. And then the underneath ones are darker. So kind of... And then as you're doing it, like I said before, like take a look back. Sometimes like when I'm looking like so close at, you know, this circle, that circle, like you don't see the whole picture. So like take a step back and like look at it. Even if you don't step, like with your eyes, just try to look at the whole picture before you do something that, like color something too dark or whatever. It's all just coloring. It doesn't, you know, it's no big consequence, but I'm just saying it helps to take a look at the whole picture. So I'm looking at it and it looks cute. I'm liking these orange berries. I want to leave these a little lighter. I think when I look at the whole picture, I don't want to go too heavy. I want to leave some contrast there. Fun. This is turning out really fun, actually. Gotcha! Cool. That looks cute. I need a sip of tea. Hold on. I have this really cool... It's made of copper. It's really awesome. It's a Halloween mug. It has a jack-o'-lantern face on it. And I tried to get the store to give me a discount because it was like, I bought it like a month ago. But it was worth it. Even though they didn't discount their Halloween merchandise in February. Hey, that's fine. I still bought it. And it's metal, so it keeps the tea really hot. Okay, so these, I'm going to do like the tiniest bit of contrast on these lower berries. But I want to leave those like really... Because I think if you look at all the berries as a whole, it looks cool. With these ones lighter, like you can really, instead of just coloring them all the same. And then I'm going to darken, oh, and I have one more color. I have poppy red. And I'm going to use that to do the shadows. So I started with the lightest, and then I did the mid-tones. Now I'm adding shadows. And sometimes I do it the other way. If you've watched my other videos, I'll start with the shadows like on a really dark object. But I don't know, it just depends. So I'm darkening these berries, and that's looking really cute, I think. I hope you like it. I hope this helps you with your berry coloring skills. So a couple a little darker, that's looking good. A tiny bit more down here, but I really want to leave those. I want to leave those like brighter. Cute. Aw, those look cute. Yay. That looks, it's hard, sometimes it's hard for me to like color those saturated colors like red and orange because I go too far, and then like if you go really hard and make them all red, then there's not much you can do to give it contrast. So like, I think I have done a good job of leaving contrast and still making them red and orange, right? But not too much. I'm trying to, if you just, I did this Neptune the other day and I'm trying to redeem myself from it. Not that it's bad. It was really, really saturated. So anyway, part of my own personal exercise in coloring today was to keep a lighter touch on it. Which is awesome, and it's worked. Yay, so this is looking really cute. I'm stoked. Okay, I guess like the cinnamon and the little stars is all I have, and then the details on the bag. How fun! We did the whole thing. Thank you for watching and coloring. Oh, I'm very stoked on the berries. That was like maybe my best berry cluster coloring ever. Which is a weird thing to realize, but that's fine. It was fun. Usually like the most unscripted stuff when I color live is what turns out, so that's awesome. Cool. I'm very happy with those. Okay, and they're all different, which is cool because, you know, if you look at a bunch of berries, most of them are usually have some differences to them, which is beautiful. Okay, so cinnamon's next. I have a sienna brown. It's the scene in Edward Scissorhands where he's like cutting stuff up. It's really good. Sorry. Okay, sienna brown and dark brown are the colors I am using for the cinnamon. Maybe I should have used some Tuscan. That's probably too red. Okay. I'm just going to use the two I had planned. Because so far my plans are looking good. So all I really did was plan the color scheme, and then like, I mean, this isn't a perfect piece as you can see, but the color and the life is there just by keeping it simple and sticking to a little bit of a color scheme. A good trick that I learned recently, obviously you don't have to follow it, but if you look at your warm and cool colors, you try to keep it the majority one or the other. Like, so, I don't know. Well, that's a neutral. So since there was so much green, I was trying to add a little bit of red, but not too much. I guess is the point I'm trying to make. Like if you make it half red and half green, it's going to have a harsher tone, which is fine. But if you do it more cool or more warm, usually you get a little more harmony to it. So it's definitely not a perfect thing, and there's a million ways to color and none of them are wrong. But I've been trying to employ that little trick a little bit more when I pick colors, and I think it has worked to make my color schemes just look a little more put together. It's fun to just let loose too. So, like I said, there's no wrong. So this is, oops, am I still on the screen? Cool. Okay. This is the sienna brown, and it is, I'm just doing like, starting with I know it's going to be shadowy underneath the cylinder. Like if you look at the shadow of even a pencil or something like that in front of you on the desk, it's shadowy underneath. And then it gets less so. So color that mostly brown and then leave the the darkest at the bottom. Those are cute little cinnamons. And then I have one more, I have the dark brown too for even more shadow, but I'm just starting with this sienna brown. It's going to be like my mid-tone and my highlight is this sienna brown. And then the dark brown I'll add shadow. Yes. Almost like I have a plan. Haha. So I'm just going to, oops, color the insides of these will be darker. I'll probably go over that with dark brown, but I like to do as much as I can with one pencil. It's helpful. So I'm pressing pretty hard on that though. Whatever, that's good. Okay, so that's only one pencil so far, and you can see the range of colors. It's actually a pretty stark range of colors for just one pencil. Surprise myself. So that was like pressing the hardest sienna brown, and then this is like, this stuff is super light. Interesting. And then like kind of try to get the mid-tone. Try not to lose my little tones there. Okay. Make it a little darker. That's going to have to be darker. So that's like something I'm working on too. Like there's 2 items and trying to make them 2 items. 2 different things I'm coloring when they're overlapping, and trying to keep them separate visually is hard. So I'm trying to like work on that just by keeping the dark one darker, and then really trying to remember to keep the lighter one lighter. Haha. So on that note, I'm going to get the dark brown. I'm going to sharpen it up. And give you something better to look at there. Move the page over. Ooh, that looks good. I like it. Okay. So the dark brown, the inside is definitely, of the cinnamon stick, is definitely shaded the most. I should have just done that dark brown to begin, but that's okay. Cool. And then this shadow, definitely like to try to keep them separate again. Like I'm going to make a effort here to make this one darker, which I probably already failed at a little bit, but that's okay. I'll do my best. Just to try to keep these 2 separate, which I could have done a better job, but that's okay. Lesson learned. Like this one, I shouldn't have done that inside as dark. I should have left it a little lighter on second thought, but that's all right. It's not really a mistake, but I like to improve my coloring. I think it's fun. And so that's why I like to point out, like, I don't know, just to like learn stuff and then try to remember it. Because I'm a nerd. Haha. That looks pretty good. Maybe, like I said, a little bit too dark, but that's okay. I'm not going to stress it. I think it actually looks pretty good. And there's still, this is way lighter, so there's still a lot of room to keep those as 2 separate objects, and that's good. So I'm back to the sienna, the little bit lighter one now, and I'm keeping the shadow towards the bottom, but I'm blending it so it's like not quite. Cinnamon's like, it doesn't have that big white highlight because cinnamon isn't shiny. It's dull. That looks good though. I like it. It looks cinnamony. I want some cinnamon. Cinnamon's so good. Okay, I'm drinking chai tea. Yeah, the cool thing about that cup is that metal teacup is it keeps it hot for so long. It's awesome. Cool. So I think that looks actually pretty nice. I like it. Yeah, these are not as separated as I should have planned that better, but that's okay. Let's see, what do I have? Dark umber. That might, sometimes like if you go too far, then it just looks even not good, but I think a little, that might actually help. Yeah, that helps a lot. some dark umber just in that back corner to set it off from the front one is the solution. And then like a little bit of a shadowing here. Cool. Yeah, that actually helped a lot. And then I'm going to make this, without overdoing it, I'm going to make this, darken this a little bit. Because cinnamon's doesn't have that much of a shiny highlight to it. Just like a, even that looks like a shine. Do it a little bit less, which is kind of cool, but I think that's better. Cool. Okay, I'm going to get that dark umber again, since that actually did really help. It's just a darker tone. I think it just, okay, I'm not going to go too far, but just highlight those swirlies a little bit where the cinnamon does its thing. Does its swirly cinnamon thing. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little too light in here. It's a fine line, like, oh, it's too light, too dark, too dark, too light. But that's okay. That's part of the fun. Okay, so I think that's, before I go any farther, I think I'm going to leave it like that, because they look cinnamony and delicious. Aw, so we're almost done. Let's see. I will do the moon and the stars on the bag. I think I'm going to do them brown. Yes, I'm going to do them brown, like as if they're stamped into the fabric. I was going to maybe go with the color, but I think not. But let's see. Let me go back with my original color here. I use ginger root and light umber. And I'll try to find, let's see, where'd the light, oh, there it is. Go back to those colors. So nothing too fancy, just kind of around the edges, and it's a tiny bit lighter in the center. Make it look like it's sort of debossed in the fabric or stamped on there, right? But it could be painted. You could make it a color or do whatever. Could make it look like embroidery or whatever you want to do. But I'm going to do it just like that and keep it simple. That looks cute. Okay, so now I have to pick a ribbon color and then do the stars. And I'm pretty sure those are all going to be orange and yellow, because those are kind of my accent colors already. So let's get for the finishing touches. So fun. Oh, this turned out super awesome. Thinking really hard. What color should I make the ribbon? How about like pink? I'm gonna make it like pinkish red. Orange? Pinkish reddish orange. Just like the crystals. Ah. This is awesome. I really like how it turned out. So now for the stars, I'm just going back with, oh, that one might be a little bright, but that's okay. I'm going back with the colors I used, the accent colors. Of course, you could do whatever, but I like to like just kind of mix a few of the accent colors in with the stars usually. I think it looks cool. Those are a little bright, but that's okay. Still cool. I could have used a lighter touch. Haha. Okay, so that looks cool. And then the ribbon. I'm going to go pink. Or string, whatever. And then the carmine red. The carmine red and pink are like a good. So like just the underneath layers. See, even just like a tiny bit of that red, the darker pink. See how much like depth it gives it with just a little bit of that other color. So that's super fun. And without going crazy, just add a little bit of that in the shadows. Cool. Aw, I think that looks really awesome. I like how it turned out. Cool. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you found this to be helpful, and if you color something similar or not similar at all, post a pic. I would love to see it. And I hope you have a magical day. Thanks a lot again, and see you next time. Bye.